Welcome to Chinwag with the Horsemen. I'm Andrew.
I'm Mayberry.
I'm James.
And I'm Casey.
Happy New Year. We took some time off. We left about a week between releases when we should have released, but it is 2022, so we're very excited for what the new year holds. This is season 2 of Chinwag with the Horsemen, and we're gonna get right into it here. So I do want to mention you can reach us several ways. We'd love to hear from you on our Gmail. That's chinwagwithhorsemen@gmail.com. We'd love to hear questions, comments, feedback, topics that you want to hear us talk about, everything like that. We also have a YouTube channel, Chinwag with the Horsemen. We've had some comments on that. So we are posting the videos of these things to YouTube. So feel free to check us out there as well. James, go ahead with the Boo Bear question of the week as Aberry gets settled in.
So the Boo Bear question of the week is kind of an interesting one. He wants to know, is cereal considered soup?
Well, Aberry, is cereal soup?
What constitutes soup and what constitutes not soup items when it comes to food? Question. Is it just because it's served in a bowl, or
is it liquidy?
I will tell you, I don't eat either. I eat neither soup nor cereal, so I don't want to vote in this. So it'll be the 3-man panel here. That'll be good. But I'm going to Google properties of soup while y'all discuss.
Well, okay. So if you want to get in on it, here's another one: is a hot dog a sandwich or not?
Or is it its own special category of food? Does it deserve its own special category?
I mean, a hot dog is in what you would consider bread, in between bread.
It's one piece of bread though.
Well, I mean,
is that what constitutes a sandwich? Is as long as it's got bread in it?
As long as it's got 2 pieces of bread, I would say.
Well, but then
if you split the bun in half, then do that. Boom,
what about
sandwich.
What about tortillas for like burritos and chicken wraps and all that kind of stuff? Are those not sandwiches, or are those like special category?
Or if you're talking about 2 pieces of bread, what do you call like steakums? Philly cheesesteaks.
It's a sandwich.
But that's 1 piece of bread?
No, it ain't.
Yes,
you cut the hoagie all the way in half, put it down on the grill, let it soak up some juices, and smash it together.
Not always.
Roll it up nice and tight for a little bit. That's the way you do it.
I'm just saying, not all places cut all the way. They leave some on the bottom.
I'm going to say, I don't know.
The cereal. You got Subway.
Subway's a sandwich, though. It's 2 pieces of bread.
It's not.
No, they are connected. They
cut half of it and open it like this, and then lay your stuff down.
They do, don't they?
So Casey's methodology of it has to be 2 pieces is out the window.
Your methodology is inferior, killer.
Well, my Subway, they make sure to split it in half because
yes, Subway is awful.
Your Subway's poorly trained. Then they're cutting it all the way in half. They're poorly trained.
I need to leave a little.
I wish I was looking when they cut into 2 pieces all the way.
Oh, they're just leaving it whole.
Sometimes they get like half of it, and it's like
rip it. They have to rip it in half. So
I'm tired now. I'm
Google. I would say that a hot dog has more business being called a sandwich than cereal does soup. However, Google says soup is primarily is a primarily liquid food, generally served warm or hot, but may be cold or cool, that is made by combining ingredients of meat or vegetables with stock, milk, or water. Hot soups are additionally characterized by boiling solid ingredients in liquids in a pot until the flavors are extracted, forming a broth. So the only thing that I think keeps cereal from being a soup is there's no meat and no vegetables.
But it says liquid with milk.
Yes, but there's no meat or vegetables in
well, I mean, vegetable soup has no meat in it.
But it has vegetables.
Man, do you not eat meat?
Chicken in the soup has meat.
Wheat and grain are considered primary staples, so they would be in
But
there
they're not
because that's what
vegetables.
cereal's made out of.
It says
unless
meat
you
or
get like
vegetables.
super sugary Cocoa Puffs or something like.
I feel like that's what it breaks down to. Yes, I know some cereals are healthy for you, but they always all have some kind of high sugar sweetness to it.
High fructose corn syrup. That's what you're looking for.
No, I'm just like sugar level is higher. In like soups and stuff, you don't have as much sugar added. You probably have more salt.
Let's say you sit down in the middle of a restaurant, with your bowl of soup, and you go, or your bowl of cereal. Sorry, your bowl of cereal, and you start crunching into it, and you say, "Man, that is some good soup." Would people look at you like you're crazy because it's culturally unacceptable to call cereal soup?
First off, what restaurant are you getting cereal in? If it's like a Denny's or a Shoney's or a house or something.
I'm going to say
continental breakfast at a hotel.
I'm going to say at a hotel. Yeah, at a hotel. You're sitting down. You're just there. It's busy. There's people everywhere.
Businessmen coming in and out of meetings.
People at a hotel will wonder why you're sitting down eating it out in the public and not doing the normal thing of like squirreling away back up to your room until you have to check out at 11.
So
do people even notice you? If people heard you say that's some good soup and they saw what you were doing,
no,
just assume you're
most
crazy.
of those people are either still halfway asleep because they slept in a very bad room, or they so pissed off because they now know that their fleeting vacation is about over.
Well, and I wonder too, would people not just assume you're crazy if you start hollering about how great the soup is, no matter what you're doing?
Yeah,
man, that's some good soup.
I mean, I feel like
why is that guy talking about how good that's?
That would draw some weird attention.
There's two types of people going for the breakfast in the mornings at a hotel. It's the people who gets up real early so they can go get the stuff then, or it's those people who's running in there at like the witching hour trying to just get what is left.
They're closing up.
I'll tell you, when I was on the road for work, I stayed at the Bleckley Inn in Anderson, South Carolina a lot, which shout out to the Bleckley Inn. I love the Bleckley Inn. They had a great breakfast. They had bacon and sausage and eggs and everything. I mean, it was really good. So I would have college fairs the whole week, except there was always one day that was off. And I didn't get to eat breakfast except the one day that was off. And it was always like 30 minutes before they closed. So I'm that second group running to get the breakfast before they close.
I'm generally the second group myself.
So I Googled is cereal, and what immediately came up was a soup for the suggestion. It says soup is a liquid food made by boiling or simmering meat, fish, or vegetables with various added ingredients. So to answer this burning question based on dictionary.com, cereal does not count as soup.
Then what is it? Is it its own category?
Cereal. It's just its own thing.
It's like a hot dog. It's its own.
It's a part of a balanced breakfast.
No, I think
not really, because I remember being in school. It was either Chem 1 or Chem 2. We burned cereal to see how many like joules it put off. Yeah. And then we burned the box the cereal came in to see how many joules it put off. And sometimes the box put off more energy than the cereal did. So thus the eating the box was healthier for you. I don't know, but I'm
more calories in the box
out there, but whatever.
So, and then I Googled, is a hot dog a sandwich? Now this gets official here. The United States Department of Agriculture describes a sandwich as, quote, a meat or poultry filling between two slices of bread, a bun, or a biscuit.
So a hot dog bun would count there. So that makes it a sandwich.
Wait, are you telling me that? So if I go into a Greek restaurant and order a gyro that comes in, would not count as a sandwich?
Is pita bread count as a sandwich material?
Let's take a look.
But from what Andrew just read, no.
Does a tortilla count now? Because that opens up that question.
If pita bread counts, then a tortilla would have to count too.
I would agree. If one counts, the other.
No, wait. One of the burning questions. If I took 2 slices of pizza, put them on top of each other. Is that now a sandwich?
I think that's a calzone.
Yeah.
But is a calzone a sandwich?
Yeah. I'd
Does that
say
mean
so,
it's
right?
Does that mean that the stromboli is a sandwich?
I'd say so.
Yeah.
So, is pita a sandwich? Gets this from Quora. No, pita is a kind of bread. Greeks, Turks, and Arabs usually use pita for their sandwiches. Think of pita as looking like a large pancake. Okay, well, that's not exactly helpful.
No,
That don't help at all.
That cleared it up. I mean, it was like clear as mud there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess you,
Pancake.
I don't know if you would consider something eaten in pita bread a sandwich.
So okay, so McGriddles, because it's little pancakes with meat and cheese and eggs and stuff stuffed in the middle of them. Does
Mhm.
that count as a sandwich then?
So I would say yes, because a pancake is a type of bread.
So pita is a type of bread.
Right, but you've only got one.
Well, maybe you break it in half.
But you need 2 slices. Well, according to the USDA, you need 2 slices.
You can't trust them. So
I know you're not wrong, but that's just what they say. Wait a minute. Here's a chart, the sandwich alignment chart.
Nice.
Structure purist. A sandwich must have a classic sandwich shape: 2 pieces of bread, baked product with toppings in between. Structure neutral. The container must be on either side of the toppings, but not necessarily 2 separate pieces. And that includes things like hot dog, a sub, and an ice cream taco.
Ice cream taco.
And then what's called a structure rebel can contain any food enveloped in any way by containing food. So chicken wraps, burritos, and Pop-Tarts are also sandwiches by that definition.
So okay, so
Okay.
open face sandwich.
Just one piece of bread, right?
Well, it can be 2 pieces of bread with
Just not topped with the bread.
turkey and stuff topped on, like piled on top, and then some other like sauce covering.
I think that's just too messy. Just gonna go everywhere.
Okay, guys.
I mean, you eat it with a fork and a knife. So
Oh, what would you? Can you eat a sandwich? That to me, that like is not a sandwich if you're eating with a fork and a knife.
so is it a salad?
Hey, but wait a minute. Why is it not a
Is that
sandwich?
steak?
If you eat pizza with a fork and knife, does it cease to become pizza?
It's
Does it
weird.
become a salad at that point?
Whoa, wait. I'm sorry to say this. Sometimes I do like to eat my pizza with a knife and a fork.
But it's still pizza.
It's crazy, Avery.
It doesn't become lasagna just because you're eating it with a knife and fork, right?
If it is designed to be eaten with a fork, I'd say it's not a sandwich.
So are you talking
Then
about like
it's
a
salad.
Okay.
Are you talking about like a
You can eat anything with a
Chicago
fork if you want to, I
meat
Well,
guess.
that's true. Including other forks.
Yeah.
Okay. If so, then by one of those definitions, Andrew read, you said a ice cream taco could be a sandwich.
Yeah.
So then a regular taco is a sandwich.
Yeah, but it's not on the chart. I was just reading the chart. But
So-
yes,
so
a regular
then
taco
it-
would also be a sandwich.
So if I then just like use
But
the
you fold
methodology,
a pita bread like this. So that's a taco shape.
I would say it's a sandwich based on the chart. I'm just, it depends on how
Well,
strict you want to be
anything-
with the structure.
so like even like eating like the old like the New York style pizza that you have to fold would count as a sandwich.
Is it because the bread's touching? Once the bread's touch, that's when it becomes a sandwich. It's like
Well, hot dog
it's
bread
not a
doesn't
sandwich
touch.
until think. Now it's a sandwich.
Hot dog bread doesn't touch.
It's true. Now, to go back to that hypothetical scenario where somebody's sitting in the middle of a crowded room, eats something, and goes, "Man, that's a good sandwich," and he's eating a hot dog. Would you think he was crazy?
Anyone who's sitting in the lobby of a hotel
Yelling about
Talking
talking
about
what
food they're eating.
yes, I would avoid him.
Yeah. That would be somebody you give a wide berth to that person.
Undoubtedly.
that's the person
yeah.
that's going to be on the next America's Most Wanted.
Wait a minute.
Or
I have a thing. We got to go
You never
back.
know.
We got to go back. Casey said anything designed to be eaten with a fork can't be in a sandwich. Is that
Can't
correct?
be called a sandwich. Well, sure. Let's go with it.
Or yeah, can't be called a sandwich. According to this chart, a burrito is a sandwich, and there are beans in that.
Oh man, but hey, you pick. You know, generally you just straight up eat a burrito. You pick it up, right? Isn't that the point of a burrito?
But there are beans in the sandwich.
So wait.
What are you talking about beans for?
Because there's beans in a burrito, and a burrito's a sandwich.
Yeah, but what does beans disqualify it from being a sandwich?
Well, you said. Oh no, wait. You said if. So wait. So you're not saying if an individual food must be eaten with a fork. You're saying if the entire apparatus has to be eaten with a fork, it's not a sandwich.
If the original creator intended for this to be eaten with a fork, like an open face thing or whatever that you're cutting with a knife and a fork, then that's not a sandwich.
So, all right, by your logic, Casey, then you are telling us that a crunch wrap from Taco Bell is now a sandwich. So James's methodology of the thing of a burrito, of a tortilla shell being a sandwich, then.
But food categories are very complicated.
There you go, James. It's a sandwich.
The crunch wrap isn't a sandwich because it's a tortilla. Tortillas don't.
It's a tortilla wrapped around a hard shell.
It's
corn shell tortilla, like taco, like a flat taco.
I'm gonna call it a taco or like a subcategory.
Cheese, lettuce, tomato, sour cream, all wrapped up in a tortilla shell. That's a sandwich.
Could I call a taco a sub or a burrito a subcategory of sandwich, or I call it its own separate category?
Let me challenge you with this one.
Yeah.
Let me challenge you with this. You ready?
All right.
This is a YouTube exclusive here.
Oh no.
This is the KFC double down.
The double down.
That's a monstrosity.
Man,
that's a heart
This is a
attack.
Sandwich.
This doesn't meet any of our definitions of sandwich or any of mine.
What about the
bread?
sandwiches? What
It's
about the
breaded.
sandwiches that are made with like Krispy Kreme donuts as the outside breading?
That sounds amazing.
It's on the same track as the double down thing.
Wait. Oh, wait. Bagels. Are we
Bagels.
bagels?
Oh, that's a good one. Bagels.
What does bagels right?
It's a sandwich. You cut it in half. There's
That's
two
true.
pieces.
That's true.
Meat and
We'd
stuff
have to-
goes in the middle.
We'd have to call it a sandwich because you cut it in half. It's two different pieces put back together.
If a bagel is a sandwich, then that donut thing is a sandwich.
Yeah.
They're identical breads.
Well,
Just
no.
one's
It's
been
a
sitting
whole
around for a
donut,
week.
meat, cheese, whatever, and then
Yeah,
another whole
another
donut.
That's a sandwich.
That's a heart attack.
Well, yeah, but it's a sandwich.
Yeah.
That's death. But again, so what we have figured out: a hot dog is a sandwich.
Yeah.
A crunch wrap is a sandwich.
But cereal is not a soup.
Cereal is not soup.
I would agree.
And the monstrosity.
So you want to know what the best way to eat a sandwich is now?
with the fork and knife?
Toast one side of the bread the next time you eat a sandwich and put the untoasted side out. So if you put like mayonnaise, mustard, Thousand Island, anything like that on there, it's not making it super soggy.
Well, whenever I do like a grilled cheese, I'm toasting the buttered side,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and not the other side. But how would I?
But the toasted side is out.
Yeah.
So
what Jake's saying is you just.
So what I'm
toast
saying,
it.
like if you make
Pull it
a
all.
sandwich, just toast
Make a sandwich
one
and eat it.
side and then build on the toasted side.
That sounds wrong.
Oh, but it's really good.
But I see why it would be. I see why it wouldn't be soggy. But
Yeah.
Have
It's
you
weird.
seen the,
Yeah,
the-
it is very weird.
it doesn't feel
But-
right.
Once you eat like one or two sandwiches that way, you're fine. Like that'll be the only way you want sandwiches.
How do
Now,
you
have
melt the
have you-
cheese?
What?
How would I melt the cheese?
You don't.
Don't for like I'm talking like if you're making, a club sandwich or a turkey sandwich or a Reuben or something like that.
Yeah.
Not a grilled cheese.
Not grilled
Okay.
cheese. Have you seen the way people make like egg McCheese sandwiches?
Will they soak the bread in the egg?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then fold
I've
it up
seen that.
with itself? That seems awful.
I think it looks pretty
That's a
good.
lot of egg.
It is a lot of egg.
It's a lot of
Like-
egg.
So we seem to have settled two debates on soup and sandwiches. So, the next time you go to a deli, tell them you want a soup and sandwich, you want cereal and a hot dog, and then sit in the lobby of the nearest hotel and shout at the top of your voice.
This is great.
Shout about
So-
how great this soup and sandwiches is.
So as we record,
This is a great sandwich.
some of us are supposed to be getting some snow. And I don't know that we are yet. Hey, Barry, did you say it's snowing?
Yeah.
Is it? All right.
Yeah.
Barry lives on top of Mount Everest.
We've
so he
established
always-
Avery lives in Everest.
I
Gotta
can't
have
see-
Sherpas,
Right.
oxygen tanks, everything.
I'm going to text my wife for a weather report and see if it's snowing.
You
Does
should
it
have
snow?
her come in and give it as a report.
Well, we'll get back to that. Yeah. So it wasn't snowing just
looking.
before we recorded because I took the dog out and there was just a few flurries coming down. So that's, the snowstorm of the century so far has not gotten off to a wild start.
Well, from what I can tell about the snowstorm of the century, because I unfortunately had to go to the store the last couple of days.
That is fair.
If you enjoy eating wheat bread, whole wheat, honey wheat, multi-grain, whatever it is, there's plenty of that. White bread, you're completely out of luck.
No white bread.
Also, unless you eat, barbecue chips, plenty of chips. So nobody in the apocalypse of snowpocalypse eats any wheat or chips.
I bought a bag of barbecue chips for the snow.
You could probably sell that at a markup right now.
What?
Oh, I could.
Make some
So,
money.
The one thing that bothers me that really concerns me about this approaching snowstorm is when the Horsemen went to Cotton Squalor, I forgot my boots in Casey's truck. And he texted me about it and said that he would, send those to
Send
me.
them back. So yeah, man, I'll get them back to you.
And I got to thinking today, gosh, I sure do, it's a good thing I have boots for the snow. Nope, they're at
It'd be
Casey's
nice
house.
to have some boots. It's
Mm.
okay. I'll wear them. It'll be fine.
Oh, good. As long as somebody gets some use out of them. They're good boots. I've had them for years, but that's fine. You just go ahead.
Andrew, I can also bust that. My boots I left in Cotton Squalor. Now, James has been down to Cotton Squalor. How many times, James?
3 times.
Three times since get
Do
them.
you know where my boots are still?
Did you get my good red shirt?
I've been wearing
It's still in Cotton Squalor.
Come on, man. It's my favorite red shirt.
Don't worry, boys. You're all in luck. The wife and little bit
It's in
are
Georgia.
currently in Cotton Squalor, so
Nice.
I can let them know, hey, I need these items, and they will bring them back.
It won't help
No.
me for this impending snowstorm. That
We don't want to trouble them. We just wanted to trouble you.
Yeah, but I will get your items back to you. If not now, then maybe by August.
Maybe by the next snowstorm of the century.
Yeah.
By the next time
So-
we go down to Cotton Squalor.
Speaking of Cotton Squalor, we tried to play Dungeons and Dragons while we were down there, and things got
We were too
pretty out of
caffeinated.
hand.
It was
And
Lots of
ridiculous.
coffee.
too much coffee. We were not able to successfully do that, but we want to play it for the YouTube and for the podcast. So we're thinking about that. But I was just reminiscing a little bit about
Maybe no coffee this time.
So what was it? The who hates who? Which race hates who in that that we were
Casey, every race hates you because you was
dwarfs
a
or
dwarf.
something like that.
You were you a dwarf or an elf?
a mountain dwarf.
No,
or
you
something
was
like
the
that.
elf.
I was an
Andrew.
elf. Casey was a dwarf. Casey
And-
kept calling dwarves the master race.
Well, James was the dragon creature.
Yeah, James
and
was a demon of some kind.
everybody.
Yeah, that
hated
everybody
that
hates
dude.
that you couldn't even like interact with society at all because everybody hates you so bad.
Yeah,
It was gonna
I
be an
wasn't like
epic
my
adventure.
character right off the bat was like, "You're not allowed in town."
You're not allowed in town. You can't buy things from people.
Well, we spent a lot of time trying to create our characters, and poor Aberry got so frustrated with it that
We had cards, like we had little sheets. We were making elaborate backstories about our
I was
ridiculous.
the only one that was not caffeinated.
yeah. So we got a website that we're going to use. I think James has already done it. I don't know if Casey's done it, but we're going to use a
Haven't done it
website to create characters, and then we'll see about doing a Dungeons and Dragons episode because it looks so much fun. For years I've wanted to play it, and
Mayberry was the dungeon master.
Aberry gave us the opportunity, and we, ruined it.
Wondered it.
We just absolutely ruined
Watched it like you was on the goal line about to kick a field goal, and everybody was hoping you would miss, and you still
We
made it.
missed.
No, you made it.
We squandered it like the Seahawks and Patriots a couple of years ago in the Super Bowl.
We botched it like a woman's match in WWE.
Now, I was making the joke that everybody was hoping that the Raiders and the Chargers would tie on Sunday, so the Pittsburgh Steelers would not make it to the playoffs.
Apparently, according to some of the Raiders, up until the point where the Chargers called the timeout in overtime, they were playing for the tie. But then when they called the timeout, they were like, well, we'll actually run a play. And they ended up winning because of it.
Yeah, because they went down and kicked the field goal with like
Yep.
2 seconds left on the clock. Really? Come on now. You could have kneeled if you just did a gentleman's agreement just to take knees.
So-
You would both be in the playoffs.
So Casey and Aberry have both not to change the subject, but Casey and Aberry have both watched Hawkeye, and I have not. And I have no
You're missing out.
intentions to. So,
You're missing out, man.
well, be that as it may, I'm pretty well done, I think, with Marvel shows for a while.
Hawkeye's the greatest Marvel character ever created.
Shut up. No, he's not.
He's
I
like
can't believe
Batman.
you would sit there and
but
say
better.
that you should be ashamed of yourself, frankly.
He's better than some of the characters.
Well, that's true, but most of them are better than some of the characters.
Prince Namor,
He-
who supposedly is going to be in one of these episodes or one of these movies.
Was Namor created by Marvel?
I'm gonna say
I
no.
don't think
because
so. I
of the
think
way
he
you're
was
asking.
acquired.
The reason I ask is Namor was in the
He was a really old character, right? Been around a long time.
Yeah.
and he was in the what were they? The Invaders with Captain America, and
Do you guys know how to stop him?
so he was created by Timely Comics, which is a predecessor to Marvel. So for all intents and purposes, he was created by Marvel.
Again, do you guys know how to stop him?
How do you
Yes,
stop him?
alcohol water.
Yep. Just fill up a bowl with alcohol water. He can't smell the difference, so he's just going to jump on in.
Yep. Spider-Man and his amazing friends teach you that.
Instead of swimming to the edge again, he swims to the middle and goes, I'm just going to die here.
Hey Barry, not to get us back on task or anything, but did you like Hawkeye?
Let me say one thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna dip out and check to see if it's snowing.
Okay,
So y'all talk about Hawkeye.
we'll talk about how awesome Hawkeye is, and you come back.
I'm gonna go check out the weather. Spoilers for Hawkeye, I guess, would be the appropriate and
Yeah.
responsible thing to say. So if you've
Like,
not seen Hawkeye,
fast forward a
spoilers for
little
Hawkeye. Go ahead,
I
fellas,
liked
take it away.
It was
Annie
good.
dies. That's the spoiler.
Who?
Annie.
Who's
Which one's
the
Annie?
Annie?
I don't know.
They do have a Broadway number for when the Chitauri
Avengers.
attacked.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
what was that show that you were really excited about watching? Like the people kind of had superpowers. and it was the whole like the first season, like
Alpha.
Alpha season finale, and
your wife was like, and he dies. What?
That's what it is. Yeah, like halfway through the episode, Avery had recorded it.
No, I haven't ever seen. I wasn't watching it. We was getting ready to go do something.
Right, that's what it was. You were talking about wanting to watch it, and she just throws it out there.
It's raining sideways.
Is it really?
No, there's like a few grains of snow on my bottom steps, but
so in the time that you've been gone, we've decided that Hawkeye better than Batman.
Yep.
I resigned from the podcast effective immediately.
Because he actually goes the distance. He kills people. Batman never kills people.
How could Hawkeye not kill people? You're shooting arrows at him. You know what I mean? Like how could he not be killing people?
They're superhuman people.
Yeah.
They're aliens and stuff, and he's shooting bows at them.
He's like Robin Hood or something.
Well, he's shooting some very highly dangerous.
He has some trick arrows.
He shoots flame particles. Those are his only trick arrows. It's not like he's Green Arrow here pulling out the boxing glove.
Oh no!
He does. He does have stuff.
In Hawkeye, he has like 50 different versions or like trick arrows, like a bunch of different kinds.
Yeah, he ends up having to label because his apprentice is dumb and can't figure them out.
He has to like write what it is on it so she don't kill somebody.
The best one is Hank Pym's thing, because he's at the end of like the third episode, they are being chased by the villains, the sweatpants team.
What do they call them? The tracksuit mafia or something.
Tracksuit mafia. And so he hands her a regular arrow and goes, "All right, you gotta aim this one high." They are like on the Brooklyn Bridge, and he aims his pin particle at the arrow, shoots it, makes it ginormous where it pisses through the bridge.
Probably kills like 30 people on its way down.
The bridge is now going to collapse.
No, there's like $1 billion in damages on this bridge is destroyed from this giant arrow.
Well, he can't call Tony Stark to fix it because
he's spoiler alert.
So you said tracksuit mafia.
Yeah.
Now before Casey joined us on the podcast, we were talking about another friend of ours that we call the Great White. Him and Avery, we joked, would be a good tag team as the Natural Disasters, a remake of Earthquake and Typhoon. And we talked about going to a wrestling college and trying to promote Avery and the Great White. And we were trying to figure out what our faction name was. We could call ourselves the Dixie China Mafia because of the Dixie China plates.
I think Avery and the Great White is an awesome name for a band, now that I'm thinking about it. And if we go to wrestling school, we're going to Austin Idol's Universal Wrestling College.
I've seen that advertised. It must be a great school.
Where have you seen that advertised, Casey?
On NWA. Seems like
the Major League of Professional Wrestling.
Yeah. So then I thought we should start a GoFundMe. We'll send Avery there. He'll be the first one. When he makes it big, he'll put us all through the wrestling college also, and then we'll join him.
You think they take financial assistance at wrestling college?
You take FAFSA or whatever.
Have you been watching the NWA?
No. If I'm being honest with you, I've not watched.
Dude,
I'm sorry.
Is it just because Taryn Terrell's had her tits out the whole time?
No. Hey, we did try to watch it one time, and I've got.
Yeah, she was on there prominently that time. I remember
that one time. Yeah, but it was
it's not been
bad. It was a lot.
That's the only reason to watch it.
Watching.
Oh wait, I'm single, so.
Well, you would really like the first episode of their new show on YouTube. I think you would really like.
And that one, of course, is free, right? Because it's on YouTube.
It's free. It's on YouTube. But the main event was, what are their names? The Hawks guys.
Hawks Harry.
Luke and PJ.
Mhm.
Is that right?
Father and son.
Yeah, they did a tournament match for the junior heavyweight title. It was a really good match. Your kind of match. You'd enjoy it.
Nice.
What kind of match is Casey's kind of match?
Very technical,
Very
realistic.
Very
like
sound.
I like the technical.
Okay, Casey.
No suicide dives,
suicide
none of that garbage.
One per show is what I will allow. And then I'm like, oh, come on. Do you need to do that again?
Do we have to do that every 3 minutes? Come on.
And,
Episode 2 of NWA USA should be out by now.
Yeah, it came out today. I watched it. It was all right. I love Tim Storm as the authority figure. I like a good babyface authority figure. They've done too much heel authority figures over the years. So it's good to see a babyface do it. And Tim Storm is great.
So
Raven came back. Former NWA World's Heavyweight Champion from the TNA era. Raven came out looking like Grandpa Raven. I didn't recognize him. Finally, he was like, I'm Raven.
He's kind of ancient.
Yeah, he's you should see him.
He's been beat the crap up.
I'll have to watch the episode.
It was okay. I would say it was not as good as the first one, but it's okay. Main event was good. But it didn't make sense because, Marche Rocket has joined Idolmania Sports Management.
Yeah.
Or whatever. He's been on there for weeks on Power. And they announced it today that he was signed. And I'm like, well, he's been signed. And we've known that for a while, but maybe I assumed that he was officially signed. I don't who knows?
Who knows?
It's wrestling. But George South challenged Ricky
Colby
Morton.
Corino?
Ricky Morton
to
a match. So hopefully we'll see that soon. But
is it who breaks their hip first?
Yeah, probably it's gonna be George South because Ricky Morton is immortal. I don't know what the deal is with Ricky Morton.
Well, Rock and Roll Express announced their farewell tour.
Oh, I hate to hear that. They've wrestled for what,
70 years?
Centuries.
They're 10 years older than baseball, so they've been wrestling a long time.
Yeah.
Well, I got some wrestling news.
All right. This is exciting. You never have wrestling news anymore.
Well, this ain't exciting either. Sonny's back in jail.
What'd she do now?
Apparently possessed a gun illegally and made several threats.
Yeah, terrorist level threats.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sonny has man.
Sonny has went real down.
She's had a rough few years. Rough few decades, really.
Well, after teasing that she did some salsa dancing with Shawn Michaels.
That was
salsa dancing, or
that was the was it Bret Hart that Michaels jokes him dreaming about more sunny days?
Yeah, the Sunny Days promo. That was pretty controversial in the 90s.
Yeah.
Of course, Shawn Michaels was, you can censor the first word of this. I want to bleep though. Don't take this whole sentence out. Shawn Michaels was an asshole in the 90s. I mean, he just was.
Yeah.
He just was. I mean, he's one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, but he was an absolute jerk in the 90s.
Oh, I will agree.
Why,
I thought Abrams News was going to be the wrestler he intimidated when we went to the Crockett Cup is now in AEW. So Abrams has intimidated an AEW wrestler.
Have we ever told about the Crockett Cup on the podcast?
I don't think so.
All right, go ahead and tell it because you got to tell.
I think we joked.
I
think we joked that you should have went with us.
Yeah, we've made that point.
That's one of my regrets in life.
Should have just gone.
I should have gone. I should have quit my job and gone to the Crockett Cup.
James, we should invite Casey. Casey would probably came more than Andrew would.
What?
I put it out there for both of them, and Andrew was the only one that seemed interested. So I bought free tickets. Interested. Andrew didn't come.
I had a visit day that it was my job to plan and execute. It's not like I was just working a shift at dadgum Wendy's waiting on Jim Cornette to come through and yell at me.
I'm just gonna throw this out here. Okay. Andrew did that, and then what was it? A couple months later, got a new job.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. It was not long.
so it's like why didn't you just go, man? I think I'm not coming in. I have a cold.
We were watching it on TV, and my wife was like, "Man, you really should have gone to this." I was like, "You're right,
That's pretty bad
I
when
should have."
She says, "Man, you should have went."
So
Why didn't you
We
go?
saw
Then you
James
could-
Avery on
then you
TV.
could
It was
been,
awesome.
yeah, the first match hadn't even started yet. I guess they panned the crowd, and we immediately get a text from Andrews like, "I just saw you guys on TV."
Avery's hard to miss on television.
Yep.
He kind of stands out in the crowd.
So
So-
the Crockett Cup's over.
So we go to the Crockett Cup. It's for Avery's birthday.
Wait, should we
And,
explain what the Crockett Cup is?
The Crockett Cup is a tag team tournament through the NWA to establish at this point, back when in 2019, it was to bring back the NWA tag team titles. So first time ever there was going to be a new tag team. Well, Rock and Roll Express was in there trying to win the titles, but as we discussed earlier,
nowhere near new.
they're ancient.
Been around a while.
So we go through the whole
I think we
pay-per-view and
saw them when
everything.
we was in high school
Or
in elementary school.
at the end of the pay-per-view, Brody Lee and PCO, two guys from Ring of Honor, won the NWA tag titles, won the Crockett Cup and everything. So the show ends, people are leaving, people are hitting the merch stands before being done. And me and Avery are just kind of milling around. We run into Willie Mack, and Avery got a picture with him, former NWA national champion. He lost the belt to Colt Cabana.
Took a nasty fall.
Yeah, took
Yeah,
a really
that's
bad,
right. I remember
really
that.
bad bump. We kind of caught Jim Cornette like sprinting through, and he reluctantly stopped and took a picture with my brother and then ran off. And then we saw
He's a
Brody
tiny,
King, who had
tiny
just-
man.
Yeah. We saw Brody King, who just won the NWA tag titles. And I asked him if, my brother could take a picture with him. And he says, yeah, sure. So Avery walks over to him. Brody looks at him, sizes him up, and goes, "You're a big son," and kind of sucks in his chest to look like he's a little bit taller in the picture than Avery is. But Brody just recently debuted on AEW, so Avery has intimidated a AEW star.
And Brody Lee's not a
No,
little
that's-
dude either.
No, he's not.
That's not my first time intimidating.
Not Brody Lee, Brody King. I'm sorry.
Brody King, yeah.
I apologize. Brody Lee's no longer with us.
Hey, Brady, you can intimidate just about anybody if you wanted to.
I intimidate people up in New York City, and those people are rough.
Just the one guy who was like, "I hate the Yankees," or whatever he said, or I don't know. What was that?
Avery said he didn't like the Yankees, and that guy took offense.
Well, no, that was that
Yankees are
one,
good.
and then it was that time I went down to the concession stand to buy something, and these people came in front of us, and I was like, "Dude, I'm here," and they was like, "Whoa, man, don't beat us up."
Wait a minute though, because you
We'll buy your
skipped over.
food.
You said you don't like the Yankees. That guy comes at you, and then he sees you, and he's like, "My bad."
Well,
man."
he's facing the wrong way,
It's like, you're right.
And-
The Yankees do suck.
and well,
Changes
he
his
was
mind.
very aggressive when he turned because I wasn't paying no attention to him, and he turns to tell me that the Yankees are better than my team, which I informed him that my team was the Braves, and he goes, "Oh, they had some really, really good years," because he came up to maybe my abdomen.
I mean, it was the
Like,
the
you're right, I'm an
classic.
outraged fan.
It was the classic. Yankees suck. No, they don't. And this dude spins around, and then all of a sudden he's just like, "Okay, sir, you're right. They do."
You're right.
And
Yeah.
so then
Man.
I have a conversation with him, and the guy then asks me where I'm from. So I tell him I'm from North Carolina. He goes, "Hi, my ex-wife's mom's from North Carolina." Oh, so I hear that you have an ex-wife, but okay. He
Yeah.
goes, "Well, she could make a mean I think it was a poisonberry pie.
Boysenberry,
Yeah,
Poison.
not poison.
and he. Sorry.
Don't drink. Don't eat.
Well,
any
maybe for
poison
him it
things.
was poison. And he just ate it.
Sure can make a good arsenic pie there.
But he's like she can
A
make
little
a
bit of
good pie.
ketamine in there.
And he goes, what's your favorite pie? Apple. He said, I don't really like apple. Well, you have a good day.
He thought you were going to stomp a mud hole and walk it dry. He was just trying to get out of there alive.
Well, but he didn't want to like disagree with me on something. Like he wanted to disagree with me on something.
Distract the giant with food and run away.
And then get out.
Here's a hot dog. Here's a hot
But see,
dog
the
sandwich.
funny part about that whole experience was
Visceral won't hot
it was-
dog.
it was me, James, our sister, and one of her friends, and her friends is Dalda, who was maybe what 2 at the time,
2 or 3, yeah.
and like it wasn't like we was gonna get in a big fight in this store that's called the Yankees. I just didn't want nothing that said Yankees on it. It wasn't like I was gonna buy it.
But those people in New York are crazy. They pull knives on you and stuff, I guess, if the movies are to be believed.
Well,
I don't care if you're walking there.
They don't care if you're walking there.
Hey, I'm walking here.
If you remember, there's a
Yeah.
song by Hank Williams that always talked about country boys will survive.
Mm.
And when he meets that guy that killed his friend, that guy's gonna meet the 45 that he carries.
And he's going to spit beech nut in his eye.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's going to be a
I
bad
don't
day
think
for
the
that
guy's
dude.
gonna care about the.
It's gonna be bad.
I don't think the guy's gonna care about the spit in his eye.
He will for a
He's gonna
minute.
be dead.
The 45.
He's gonna be
is
dead.
brutal.
No, he's going to spit beech nut in his eyes and then shoot him with his old 45 because a country boy can't survive.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
Hank Williams.
So also on the along the lines of streaming TV shows, the Boba Fett TV show has come out, and we were kind of having a discussion off the air about this because I've really enjoyed that show, and but somebody said that Boba Fett was the best bounty hunter in the galaxy, and so I brought up the question: is he really?
If you can see, I'm pointing at James.
It looks like you're pointing at all of us.
Straight at every one of
No.
us.
You're pointing
So-
at all of us.
But James is the one that said.
I mean, in Empire Strikes Back, they like hint at him being the greatest bounty hunter in all of the galaxy.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
I'm with you.
when not Boba, when Jabba puts the bounty out, he puts it out to all of the quote unquote best bounty hunters, and then some of them turn it down because they know Boba has taken the bounty.
Well, sure.
I'm not doing it. He just took it.
But
Yeah.
you know, also in the Empire Strikes Back, and this is where we were talking, you know, so it's revealed that Darth Vader's there at Cloud City. Han Solo shoots him a bunch. Darth Vader pulls the gun out, you know, whatever. And then Boba Fett walks out from behind a wall like a little dog that had just seen, you know, Daddy Darth Vader just beat the crap out of Han Solo. And Boba Fett's like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
well, okay. hold
That's
on.
smart
Easy
tactics.
bounty for him, man.
Yeah, it's smart tactics. Why do I need to be shot if you're going to be dumb and draw all the fire and you can take him out with your magical space wizardry?
Suck up
Okay.
laser beams.
And
into your
all
hand
I'm
or
going to
whatever.
do is collect the bounty and get paid, and you're not getting a dime of it.
look, I'm not saying
wait.
you jump out in front of the gun
Hold on.
if you're
Hold
Boba
on.
Fett, but I'm saying, why would you need to be hiding behind the wall? Darth Vader's
Listen.
obviously going to draw the fire.
I'm just
So
gonna.
you
I'm
don't
just gonna-
get shot, and Vader's just ricocheting, you know, phaser beams all over the place.
Or for
just
some
gonna throw
reason, he has a
something
really
out.
good reputation. You know, I don't know. It never shows him doing anything cool.
I'm just gonna throw something out. Do you guys remember Troy with
Brad Pitt?
yes, thank you.
The movie.
Yes, the movie. But you know
For a
how
minute,
they
I thought
sell
you meant a
cars-
dude named Troy, and I was like, nope, sure don't.
No, but the movie Troy.
The only people I know named Troy is like Troy Aikman. That's it.
Troy Polamalu or whatever.
I don't even know him. I wrote him a letter once when I was little, and he sent me back an autographed picture.
Oh,
That's pretty nice.
Troy
Yep.
Aikman, not Troy Palmer.
And then I wrote him another letter telling him that I was no longer going to be a Cowboys fan because my local state had just gotten an expansion team and I was going to support them. I didn't receive anything back on the second letter.
he was too devastated to write you back. He couldn't.
I'm losing a fan. No.
But hold on. So you remember how they always sent Achilles out to take care of the strongest person on the other team?
Because Achilles was immortal,
Yeah.
Well, yes, I know.
except for his tendon.
Achilles tendon.
I think you'd wear some armor over that thing or something. Whatever.
Think, right?
Something.
Put you a boot on there.
But I'm
This
just
sandal
but
will
what I'm trying to
protect
say is,
These thong sandals he's running around in just weren't helping.
but what
Sorry,
I'm trying
AJ.
to say is, why send out? You know, if you are the tactician, why don't you send out the strongest fighter to win the fight, so you don't have to die? And that's what he did. He was like, Darth Vader will just go out there with his space laser sword, deflect a couple shots, then take the guns from them. And then I will walk out and be like, haha, now we have more guns than you.
Okay.
Yeah, it was-
Because it doesn't always work out that way.
But in Troy, did the other army hide behind a wall? Or did they just
Well,
stand?
yes.
Yeah, they did, and they had to make a horse and
Yeah, but
Have it
the
led in there.
first battle, they sent out the guy who is always the big evil dude that
Isn't
everybody
it like
thinks
the
is
Big Show or somebody like that?
unbeatable. And then Achilles like jumped up and stabbed him through the neck and was like, "He's dead!" Ha ha!
What about the Big Show?
Wasn't there? Was it a huge guy? Am I thinking? Am I getting movies mixed up? Who did they
it was
send out?
it was
It's
a
Jingle
very
All the
big
Way.
giant guy, but it was not the Big Show.
That's Jingle All the Way that had the Big Show in it.
Is that
No,
why
it's
Santa
that.
Claus wasn't. I thought Santa Claus was in Troy.
So let me
No,
throw-
it's the guy who's the machine gunner from Fury Road. It's that guy.
Giant.
Okay. But so the thing is that doesn't always work out when you send out like the big deterrent to scare them,
it's true.
because like, Goliath was sent out and then here comes, David with a couple of nice skipping rocks and a sling and
Well,
he died. So
because David had that greater power on his side,
That's true too.
yeah, it is very true.
So
and so
That guy was in. That guy was a wrestler.
Han Solo in that part did not have the greater power because Luke was off, with Yoda.
who was the guy, Casey?
Nathan Jones. He wrestled in
Yep.
WWE for a little while.
Yeah, he
As Nathan Jones?
no,
Yeah, that was his name.
he was I think he was Shao Kahn in the original Mortal Kombat.
No.
Well, one thing I've always wondered about that scene in Empire Strikes Back. So, they go in, Darth Vader takes the gun or whatever, and then the doors close. Like, do they sit down and eat with Darth Vader and
Yes.
Boba Fett?
He like forces them to sit down.
Yeah, it's the most awkward family reunion ever. That's how Han asked Vader to marry Leia.
Ooh.
God, that would be so. So your daughter here almost made out with your son.
Did make
Like-
out.
He didn't know she was his daughter at the time.
Eh.
No.
No, didn't know that he was his sister.
So then, Darth Vader didn't know that either of his kids survived until later. He had
No,
two.
In Empire, spoilers for people who haven't seen Empire, he tells Luke that he
Yeah.
is his father.
Yeah, but I mean, he didn't know that there were any other
Understand.
Skywalkers until the Emperor told him that it was Luke Skywalker that blew up the Death Star. He didn't know he was a Skywalker. And in Star Wars, he didn't know. He didn't know until the Empire Strikes Back. But anyway,
I tell you who got the raw deal with that. It's Uncle Owen and his wife.
you're
They
right.
Just got disintegrated. Didn't
They got burnt up. Well,
they raised
done.
Luke for his entire life and then got disintegrated.
Yeah, pretty much. The stormtroopers went in there and was like, "Hey, we got this gasoline You guys just sit here while we pour it on you, and then he's gonna throw a match.
Hey, bro, you were right. He wasn't Shao Kahn in the original Mortal Kombat, but he's the General Raiko or whatever in the new Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Oh, that Nathan Jones guy or
But
whatever.
see, he's Immortal Joe's like son.
Yeah,
in
one
Fury
of
Road.
Immortal Joe's sons.
Yeah, the crazy one with the big like Gatling shotgun machine gun.
Yeah.
That never runs out of ammo because he just randomly shoots it up in the sky.
It's
Anger.
it's a movie. Nobody reloads in movies.
That's true. That's kind
Except
of
for John
distracting
Wick.
after a
John
while.
Wick's the only one where they do. Keanu
Do,
Reeves was very like strict of this is what we're gonna do.
Well, in 1917 they reload, but
Yeah.
people got upset because they see him loading like 5 rounds in his gun, and then the next scene he's like shooting 9 rounds. But the gun he has a magazine of 10 rounds, and they load them in 5. The loader,
On the clip or something.
The stripper.
yes,
On
The
on
stripper
only
clip.
hold 5, so that keeps the spring fresh.
There were strippers in 1917.
No,
Yep.
that's what it's called.
No, I'm
the,
joking.
The way that's set up.
I'm joking. So we have about 10 minutes left, and I wanted to, because we like to talk about the Heart Kid from Captain Planet a lot.
He's been a focus of a lot of episodes lately.
Yes, and it's important that we continue that into season 2. So
Yeah.
I want to ask, who is worse, the Heart Kid from Captain Planet or Aquaman?
Samurai from the old Super Friends.
Samurai.
No, Samurai was useful. He actually attacked killer bees while Aquaman swam upstream.
Plus, he wore that great thong.
Yeah, that takes
I
bravery.
would just put him on the list just for his outfit.
For listeners who might not know what we're talking about, the old Super Friends TV show had a character named Samurai, and he was dressed very inappropriately for supervillain combat.
For fighting bees.
If you don't know
Bees.
what we are talking about, go watch it. It's on HBO Max.
It's great. It's hilarious.
Season 2, episode 10.
Yeah, that's the one with the bees.
Yep.
Towards the end of that.
Or just watch the whole thing because the whole series is great.
It's hysterical without meaning to
fantastic.
be. Like,
But-
it's so really sincere in everything it does, but it's so funny. It's hilarious. But Aquaman versus Heart Kid. Go ahead, Casey.
Man, that's a toughie. I don't know. I mean, are we talking about the Heart Kid as he is, or at his full evil potential if he were to, utilize
Is
the heart
evil
ring?
potential?
Just
Yes,
as he
I-
is. Like,
At his full evil potential.
No, we
Just,
ranked it,
he's that little kid that like gets the ring. That's how it is.
like
Like
Captain
right there.
Planet. They made a
has the
mistake.
monkey
when they
with
gave-
Yeah, he's got the monkey. The most useful character is the monkey.
But no Captain Planet because the other Planeteers aren't there. So it's just Heart
Just
Kid
the Heart
and the
Kid.
monkey.
But we did read
All
that
right.
the ring is the most powerful one, apparently, right? The heart ring is if in the right hands or whatever.
I think that was just to make the person who was voicing the kid feel better.
He changed that on the Wikipedia.
It's like,
Yeah.
no. Yeah, he's in there to this day. He's like defensive about it.
Let's put it this way. All
I
right.
am great.
If I was doing like a documentary on Aquaman, I would
Yeah.
find a way to leave Aquaman out of it entirely because he's so lame.
So if you were doing a documentary on Captain Planet, would you interview the Heart Kid?
No, I wouldn't. I would be like, there's a kid over there with a ring.
So basically,
He does something.
just to review, the heart kid, he can control. He can make animals or local wildlife do his bidding or something. Like
No,
he
he
can-
can.
deer
He's
or something?
alerted by the presence of animals, and he can
Okay.
communicate them to let them know that there's
get away.
danger.
I would tell
Well,
them to
but
go
wait,
away.
that's perfect.
So they don't help him. He just tells them to get out of there.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Run
So
away. There's pollution.
He lures Aquaman out of the water. Then he takes him to a thing that he knows that there's a lion in waiting. Then the hot kid disappears and the lion eats Aquaman.
Okay. So the Heart Ring's abilities are this. The Heart Ring gives its holder the abilities of telepathy and empathy to a limited degree. Despite being the least offensively capable magic ring, it makes up for this by having a plethora of uses. It can be used to communicate with Guy and the holders of the other 4 magic rings as long as they're all conscious. So for these, we'll assume that they're unconscious. It's capable of delivering mass warning messages to nearby citizens, be used to locate any magic ring that is separated from its owner or any person that's close to a ring holder. It can sense the presence of any animal, summon them for help, and read their thoughts if they need help. Only if they need help. It can influence the decisions of people and animals. Now that might be where there's a point. Inside the human body, it can summon antibodies to heal and also recharge the other rings. The heart ring can illuminate dark areas, expose the true identity of disguised persons, and makes the owner immune to mind control. Used effectively, heart is the strongest, most powerful ring. However, Ma T is so kind-hearted he doesn't use it to its full extent, which is why Guy gave it to him. That's the part that was definitely written by the voice actor.
So pretty much what I hear is he can have animals do some bidding, but won't. So in Avery's scenario there, he lures Aquaman out of the ocean to where a lion is. All Aquaman's got to do is lure the lion back to the ocean, where Tuna attacks the lion, eats it, develops a taste for lions, figures out some kind of breathing apparatus, and then goes and hunts down the pride.
Yeah, made of kelp or something.
Yeah.
It's not going to be an hour at a time.
Yeah. No, I got one question.
Stance. Yeah, that's how it happens.
Yeah.
I got one question.
Okay.
So let's keep playing this hypothetical game.
Yeah.
If he goes to fight the kid at his place, which is I think is the kid from India?
Probably. Let's say they're on neutral territory.
Or South America or something.
They're on neutral territory.
Let's say they are in like Madagascar. Are we counting like crocodiles as seafaring creatures?
No, they're reptiles.
They're reptiles.
We gotta talk about all this. Like, are we saying who's the best, or are we pitting them in a battle against each other to see who comes out on top?
Look, the lamest superhero combo you can have is Aquaman and Heart Kid.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Hang on,
no.
But if
both of them are equally terrible.
If they're gonna fight, who's gonna win?
If we don't do it, let's do it.
Neither one of them. It would just be them slapping the air like this, 20 feet apart.
Let's team up Hot Kid and Aquaman.
Sure, he has.
Wait a minute.
He's got a spear, right? He could just throw his spear. Yeah, he could summon the Megalodon.
This right here. This represents the Heart Kid.
Getting
just for
by the great white shark mob there.
Yeah.
Just for giggles. Let's team up the Hot Kid and Aquaman. Okay.
To go stop killer bees.
No, and let's let them fight the Wonder Twins.
Oh, the Wonder Twins win all day.
Well, wait.
No, one's a bucket of water. On neutral ground, one's a bucket of water.
He can turn into ice, and the other one can turn into whatever she wants to.
No, she can only turn into animals.
Yeah,
which
she can turn into any animal,
which the Heart Kid can then control.
So then, what does she do?
That's true, man.
She controls. The Hot Kid controls her. Well, she just picks up the bucket of water and goes.
What did it say about the Heart Kid only being able to communicate to animals when they need help?
No.
Apparently, he can summon them too for help, right?
Wouldn't you say that being in a pitched battle with Aquaman constitutes needing help?
Yeah, when some dude's trying to sick sharks on you, I think you could, and he can't. I mean, if they've got the same power kind of there, right? If he can influence sharks to attack the Heart Kid can control the sharks to turn the tables on Aquaman.
Can only communicate with fish.
Yeah,
the Heart Kid can communicate with all the animals.
Oh man, so he's
the Heart Kid could make a manatee.
Yes, but the Heart Kid is so kind and gentle,
right?
He wouldn't do anything. He wouldn't fight. That's the reason why whenever they go off to take on, the toxic people and the polluters, he's always stuck back at Gaia's palace, just hanging out. And then when they're like, we need Captain Planet, they call him and they're like, say Heart. And he goes, Heart.
Well, let's assume that he's gone through, he just went through like a really bad divorce. And so he's very bitter.
This 14-year-old kid.
let's just
I don't
say
know his
he had
culture.
just
It
went through-
happens. I don't know.
Let's get wait. Let's bring him up and now. Let's say that he has now went through 2 years of a pandemic war where his whole life has been uprooted.
Yeah.
He can do something with the antibody, so he just cures it all.
Bam.
That's true.
COVID.
Oh, wouldn't he be
There you
great
go.
though? But then he'd be awesome.
Let me ask you this. Aquaman tells a shark to eat the Heart Kid. The Heart Kid tells the shark not to eat him. Who does the shark listen to?
The king of the ocean.
Is it, who's got the strongest will to control the shark, or I don't know.
I think James
I
might
think
be
the Heart
right.
Kid
It's
would
the king
win
of the
that
ocean.
battle.
The tie goes to the king of the ocean.
Because the thing is Aquaman can limitly, produce like tidal waves and stuff. So all he's got to do is create
Drown
a
the Heart
vortex and suck the Heart Kid down to the bottom of the ocean, and either the pressure is going to crush him or he's going to drown.
That's a good point.
Well,
He
he's
does
gonna
not
get
have
killed
to
by
use a
Riptide.
fish to kill the Heart Kid. Grabs him, takes him under, drowns him.
That
Done.
kid looks pretty.
Throws
sexy,
his
too.
throws
You
his
know?
trident at him
Right.
or shoots his hook hand at him. He's done.
I mean,
Did you
you
say the
Or
kid
he
looks
just- or he
sickly?
just always-
he looks
okay,
pretty
guys.
sickly. I mean, you imagine he just gets him wet. Boom, he's going to catch pneumonia.
Are we missing the
gone.
thing? Are we missing the thing? What Aquaman really does is looks at Mira and goes, "Hey, can you kill that kid for me?" And Mira then goes, "Yeah, hey, all me, go kill that kid for me."
I'm going to have to say, I hate to say it, but I'm pretty sure that Aquaman would kill the Heart Kid.
Yeah. I'm looking at pictures of the Heart Kid. I'd kill the Heart Kid.
you just want to kill him by looking at him.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the Heart Kid. I'd say Aquaman. I'd say Trident through the chest.
Would the Planeteers be better if they had a different person with the heart ring?
Probably.
If they had a ruthless killer behind the heart ring?
Maybe not a ruthless
If
killer.
the Zodiac Killer got the heart ring, would that be good for everybody?
You got a real psychopath that's got
Well,
control of the
what
heart ring.
if? Let's think about this. If the heart ring went to somebody else,
Yeah. Avery.
like
Avery got the
would
heart
that
ring.
would like you would have to get somebody that would not be conflicted, that would not just use it to kill people or to slow people down.
What if Joker got the heart ring?
I mean,
Everybody
he'd
would be
make
dead.
People be killing themselves. It'd be bad.
Man.
Not
So
good.
let's vote then. I say Aquaman kills Heart Kid. James agrees.
I would agree with that.
Yeah. He's gonna definitely kill the
I-
heart kid.
I think it would be a touching battle up to a point of when Aquaman then unleashes his whole army.
I think Aquaman would shed a single tear from the power of the heart ring and then kill him anyways.
Now,
Skewer him
let's
with
be
his
honest.
trident.
If it was like the Aquaman from Flashpoint, oh yeah, the kid is dead.
Yeah, kills him instantly without even thinking about it. No
Doesn't
problem.
use his hook hand.
He doesn't
cuts
have a
his head
hook
off.
hand in
I-
Flashpoint.
Like
Oh.
he would
Why not?
behead him and mount his head on the wall.
Yeah. Flashpoint Aquaman is no joke.
Yeah.
So I wonder if this should be a new segment where who kills the Heart Kid, or something like
Poor
this.
heart kid.
We just discuss
Okay.
battles with the Heart Kid versus other fictional
We get into-
characters.
We get into some heated battle, like discussions
Well,
about this heart kid.
we should do not just the hot kid, because that everybody beats the hot kid. But like we should do like what happens. Like, do you guys remember that game that came out a couple years ago, which you could pick superheroes that would go against each other?
Injustice.
No, it was a card game. It just had like, would Superman be up Wolverine? Like
Yes,
that
he would.
kind of deal.
Yeah.
No, he wouldn't. Not with if do you know what Wolverine's powers are?
He would melt Wolverine's skeleton with heat vision.
Or fly him into the sun, leave him there. That's
But
Yeah.
hang on, because that's a cheap. That can't always
But
be
he
the
would-
answer.
But he would always
Always
he would
my answer.
regenerate.
Yes, but if he's in the heart of the sun, he's not
He would just keep
regenerating.
regenerating.
It's gonna keep getting destroyed
But
by
he
the sun
can-
faster than
He did.
regenerates.
He did regenerate in the sun one time.
Yes, but did he immediately die again?
Now, hang on.
I would imagine it would be hard to.
He can also like heat up his claws and stab people with hot.
What's the melting point of adamantium or whatever?
Nothing.
Is it?
It melts. He died in the comics because somebody melted adamantium, poured it on him, and he suffocated.
They injected liquid adamantium into him.
During one of his final arcs on New X-Men, Grant Morrison wrote a story in which Wolverine and Jean Grey were stuck on the remnants of Asteroid M as it went straight into the sun. To spare Jean the agony, Wolverine killed her with his claws, but he wasn't quite as lucky and got to stay awake as the sun boiled and burned his flesh away. Nice. That probably would have finished off Wolverine if Jean hadn't risen as the Phoenix and literally pulled them out of the sun. But that's one tan that probably didn't fade anytime soon. Lame.
I'm just saying, like doing something like that, or who like to be up to like Aquaman the was.
All right, that sounds like okay. So for the listeners out there, decide who you would like to see get absolutely destroyed in this revolving topic: the Heart Kid or Aquaman. And maybe give us suggestions of superheroes or villains who should take them out.
I think any character in fiction, if we want to talk about the Golden Girls versus the Heart Kid, we should do that. Let's just kill the Heart Kid every week.
Man, I want to know a scenario where the Heart Kid
let's also put a caveat. It's like a cage fight with like just a cage in the middle of a desert.
UFC cage fight in the middle of a desert.
Like celebrity death match.
He's getting slaughtered every time.
There's no animals around to save him, you know.
Well, they snakes.
Well, according to you guys, he can summon them at his will.
Yeah, but he can't call a polar bear to Texas.
No, but he can call.
It just take a while to get there.
You can call a diamondback rattlesnake.
Well, he's going to immediately appear. It's not like he's got a teleporter.
So wait, you want them in the desert, Barry?
Well, okay, let's do
the moon.
Madagascar.
Why are you stuck on Madagascar?
You love some Madagascar.
Who doesn't?
It's a good movie.
It is.
I think we need to put him somewhere where he can actually get access to animals.
Somewhere where he has the advantage. He needs every advantage to have any hope.
Maybe is he in a zoo?
He's in a zoo. All the animals are out.
Put him in Jurassic Park.
Let's put him in the Bronx Zoo. Where there's only like a couple animals.
There's like a couple chickens.
Because you can't.
Have you honestly been watching Madagascar because you just threw out the Bronx Zoo because they've only got a few animals? Like,
let's see.
Is that all you've done today is watch Madagascar?
4 or 5
No.
times.
Danced around to move it.
I actually went to the Bronx Zoo. It's not a bad zoo.
We need to. So go ahead and email us suggestions too of where we should put these battles on a week-to-week basis. Because I think we should do Heart Kid versus a lot. I've enjoyed this discussion about Heart Kid versus Aquaman. We might need to learn the Heart Kid's name at some point, but we could just leave it Heart Kid for now.
Heart Kid.
Or if you have like another weak character that you want us to destroy.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we could just continue to build the lane team. Heart Kid and Aquaman. Those are the starting two.
Wonder Twins.
Oh, man.
The Wonder Twins could be useful.
Let's say one of the Wonder Twins.
Just one of them, so they can't do anything.
It's just somebody in some tights.
One of the Wonder Twins and that stupid Wonder Monkey they had.
What happens if one of the twins like dies or something? Is that the other one just can't do anything ever again?
Yeah, they're done.
That's it.
He just drags the other one along and they bump fist.
They can do regular whiny preteen stuff, I guess. So,
yeah.
But not Wonder Twin stuff.
They could talk about how cool they used to be. Like, man, I used to turn into buckets of water all the time.
Yeah, buckets of water. It was amazing. I used to turn into an ice shield.
An ice shield.
Shape of a unicycle.
I'm melting.
Of ice.
Anyway, so yeah, send us your suggestions for who kills the Heart Kid, and we'll talk about it, and other characters you want to see fight each other that are ridiculous along the lines of the Heart Kid and Aquaman. But we'd love to hear from you. James, where can they email us?
They can email us at chimwagwithhorsemen@gmail.com.
Righto. Hey Barry, what's that YouTube channel?
Chinwag with the Horsemen.
Beautiful. Casey,
Yes.
where are my boots at, man?
In my closet, bro.
We talk about my boots in this approaching snowstorm that I'm gonna have to walk barefoot in because I don't have boots.
You got your
Hey,
flip
where's my boots?
The problem is Casey's already like taken your boots and put them in his closet. Now they're part of his wardrobe.
No, they're there. I've been wearing them.
Well, you
Avery's
need to-
boots are just sitting out in front of the lockers down in the, garage at Cotton Squalor.
The two
you
pairs
need
of
new
boots.
strings,
Oh.
Casey, for your new boots. I can tell you that. Those strings are in rough shape. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. For Chinwag with the Horsemen, I'm Andrew.
I'm Mayberry.
I'm James.
Then I'm Casey.
Thanks for listening.